Savior leads me, what have I to ask beside? Can I doubt his tender mercy, who through life has been my guide? Heavenly peace, divinest comfort, here by faith in him to dwell. For I know whate'er befall me, Jesus doeth all things well. For I know whate'er befall me, Jesus doeth all things well. All the way my Savior leads me, oh, the fullness of his love, perfect rest to me is promised in my Father's house above. When my spirit, clothed immortal, wings its flight to realms of day, this my song through endless ages, Jesus led me all the way. This my song through endless ages, Jesus led me all the way.
Morning. Just before we start the proceedings, we have to start with a word of prayer before we do anything else, right?
Morning again, everyone. If you all could go with me for a word of prayer. Most kind and loving eternal King, thou who art God alone, we come before the throne of grace, thanking you for life and the opportunity we have as we gather here to mourn the passing of the dear sister and also to celebrate and reflect upon her life. Even as we continue the service, help us to be at peace, knowing, dear Heavenly Father, that on closing of her life, she dedicated her service towards thee. So we thank you for these things and help everything today to be a successful proceedings. To your righteousness we pray. Much thanksgiving unto thee.
Amen.
Amen.
Okay. So, before I say what I have to say, I just want to sum up a short word of prayer. Dear loving Father which art in heaven, we want to thank you for your grace and your love towards us, which in giving us your grace can cause us to live righteous and to live according to your will. Bless these proceedings here now, and as I'm about to break the word of God to everyone, may hearts be rich and may hearts be comforted from the word of God. In Jesus' name, with much thanksgiving unto thee. Amen. Amen. Well, first of all, before I go into any scriptures, I just want to give a short history on Miss Roberts and myself. Well, when she came from Grenada, well, through to my parents, mother and father, they were good friends, and obviously I became a good friend to her. That's before she got sick. But after, when I heard reports that they had to amputate one of the legs, I also heard the next report, she went blind. And I said, wow, I have to go and look for this lady. Because I'm living up Brandy, but I say, you know what? I have to deny myself and go and look for this lady. And the first day I went and looked up for her, being a Christian and loving Bible truth or Bible principle, which in my needs, I decided, you know what? I want to share the word of God with you. Because that's all I could share with her, the word of God, which is the most important thing. And she said, you know what? Yes. So I started over a period of time in teaching her the word of God. And the nice thing is that she accepted the truth or the principle from the word of God that I was bringing to her. And I must say this too, she also told me once, she said, Ross, when I had 2 eyes, when I had 2 legs, I wasn't studying God. But now I don't have that. I say, you know what? I will promise you this. I will be your physical eyes. There's the physical one, to study the word of God with you. But God is the one to open your understanding that you could see spiritual things. You don't have to have physical eyes for spiritually for you to understand things. And I did that by the grace of God, and she accepted the principles that was preached to her. And I preached a lot of principles over the years when she accepted it. The last time I spoke to her was all years. And I can even tell you the time. It was 3:16 I called her. And she told me she was in a lot of pain. And again I spoke to her a little bit, and I tell her I will call her back to hear the service from my attention. But she says she takes some painkillers, so she don't know she'll be up. But when I call back, obviously she didn't answer the phone. She fell asleep. And the next morning, which is New Year's, I said, I have to call her now. When I called, that's when Melissa answered the phone. And the tone I heard, I knew something was wrong. And that's why when she told me, Mommy has passed. But even though Mommy died, she died with certain principles. That is very important for us. Certain principles of truth in the mind. And she understood those things from the Bible, and she accepted them, and she died. So due to that now, it has certain scriptures I would like to share with us. Okay? The first scripture I want to quote is something dealing with the state of the dead. You know, sometimes we hear people die, many people, and there's many different concepts in the world about what happened when you die. Some people think when a person died, the body there is spread all over the place. So there are different concepts. But let us say what the Bible says. Since the Bible is the rule for life, let's see what the Bible says. So the first scripture I want to quote is Ecclesiastes chapter 9. So we're going to go to Ecclesiastes chapter 9, verses 5 and verses 6. And here is important. It says, For the living know that they shall die, but the dead know not anything. Neither have they any more a reward, for the memory of them is forgotten. Also their love and their hatred and their envy is now perished. Neither have they any more a portion forever in anything that is done under the sun. So just let's take a few minutes and analyze what we have now read there from the scriptures. First to begin, I tell them, the living know that they shall die. And it comes to say the dead know not anything. So I can say this to you. The dead cannot fear you. If anybody is to be feared is the living. The dead cannot do you anything. That's a principle that is laid down from God here. It goes on, it says, neither have they any more a reward, for the memory of them is forgotten. You cannot reward the dead. We see that a lot. Sometimes a person die and they get a big plaque. You cannot reward the dead. You can reward the living. And another thing, we see the Bible say that memory is forgotten. That's no memory. So if somebody dies and somehow they tell yourself, but I see the person last night, the Bible says the memory is forgotten, it is perished. So it is not the person who has died came to interfere, but it was evil angels impersonating the dead. The dead knows nothing, cannot harm you, cannot do you anything. And the other text says, also their love. So if the person had love, it shows their hatred. If there was a hated person, their envy is now perished. Neither have they any more a portion forever in anything that is done under the sun. So they have nothing to do with anything under the sun. So the dead is the least person to fear. They have nothing to fear from the dead. If anybody said to do any harm, is the living. And that's what we are telling. Okay, saying that now, I want to go to the same Ecclesiastes, the same chapter 9, and verses 12 to hear something. It states, for man also knoweth not his time, as the fishes that are taken in an even net, and as the birds that are caught in a snare, so are the sons of men snared in an evil time, when it falleth suddenly upon them. Nobody. I like the first part when it says, no man also knoweth his time. Sometimes persons look strong, they look healthy, but sometimes they don't know there's underlying sickness going on that they may not know. And all of a sudden, since you don't know your time, the person come and die. And sometimes it's shock person, but I talked to the person the other day, and they died. They don't know your time. And it's also say, and it uses a parallel. It says, as the fishes that are taken in an even net. The fish don't know, when a person go out and throws his net, the fish don't have an intelligence first to begin, but the fish don't know that they'll be caught in a net. And that's how life is. And it also uses a parallel with the birds. It says, and also the birds that are caught in a snare, like a trapping. And that's what the Bible tells us. And it says, so are the sons of men snared in an evil time, when it falleth suddenly upon them. And suddenly, instantly, like that. And that's how that occurred. But the point is, if this is a reality that we should understand, then the question is, what is your duty? What is your duty before God? And that is very important to understand. Because here it is, you can die anytime. So what is your duty? And this is where, in your program, it have a scripture. And I want everybody to, if they could follow in the program, it is taken from Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 13 and verse 14. And it is very, and I must say, this was one of Mrs. Ann. She loved the scripture. Because the final Bible study I gave to her before she died, this was one of the scriptures I used for her. This is one of the scriptures. It is very instructive, so let's take a little time and see what it says to all of us. It says this: let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep His commandments, For this is the whole duty of man. For God shall bring every work into judgment with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil. So you know what? We just have to analyze the scripture a little bit and see what it is telling all of us. Because all of us, when it says man, it not speaking gender. It talking about mankind. So let us see something on the scripture first. Okay? It says, first portion, let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. So it's like a person was analyzing or working out certain things, which is Solomon, from chapter 1 to chapter 12. And he came, as he was working out certain things that have an understanding, he said, you know what? The conclusion of the matter of the things that I was dealing with is fear God. First thing. So the fear of God, he's saying fear God means we have to have what? Godly respect and honor for God. But you ask yourself why? The next portion will explain that. Godly fear leads to this. And keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. In the Greek text it says this is the whole of humanity. So man's duty, or if you want to put man's responsibility before God, is to keep the commandments of God. Because that is your whole duty. You see, sometimes we grow up in society and we think our duty is like this. You know, you have a family, you have a wife, you have children, you know, you marry off your children, you know, you have a home, and a person say, I live a good life. Your duty is to fear God and keep his commandments. There's your whole duty. But why? He said, for God shall bring every work into judgment with every sacred thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil. There we have since you have a judgment to face, the Bible is telling you, if you're judgment, you must keep the commandments of God. It is very important. Why do we hear people saying all kind of things about the commandments? It is abolished, God changed it. But when you read the Bible, you don't get that idea. And I want to show a following text to show what is important also about the commandments of God. So for that, we go to James chapter 2 and verse 10. And I must reiterate again, all these principles that Mrs. Ann learned. She learned these things. I took my time by the grace of God, and I went through step by step, over and over and over. Because that's this. Because this is so important. This is important than the food you eat, the physical food you eat. This is important. So that's why I take time to go through it with her. Okay, let's see what James chapter 2 and verse 12 says. It says, so speak ye, and so do, as they that shall be judged by the law of liberty. So look at this. Since you have a judgment to face, the standard in that judgment is the very law of God. God is going to use the law, his law, to judge us. But in the end it says the law of liberty. Why it is called the law of liberty? First, it is called the law of liberty because you must be liberated from sin. You must be free from sin to keep the law of God. And that is another teaching Mrs. Ann learned. how a person could become free from sin. While this may be foreign to many people, they may not never hear it before. But when you go through the scripture and the Holy Spirit works upon your mind, the Holy Spirit shows you could be made free from sin. It is possible. So it is called the law of liberty because it's liberation from sin. So these are things that Mrs. Ann learned. These are things for you all to consider. Because at the end of the day, these things, the law of God, is used to judge. So we must always consider. So I have one more text to close off, and then I'll open the floor for questions. I want to go to the book of Micah chapter 6 and verse 8. Micah 6:8, and hear what it says, very important. It says, He had shown thee, O man, what is good, and what doth Yahweh requires of thee, but to do justly, and to love mercy, and to walk humbly with thy God. So look at this, the Bible is showing here. He shows something is, you see, something is required of man, you know. Something is required of man. We were not just created to just operate just like that. Something from what is required of man. And he's saying, He had shown the old man what is good. And the Bible refers to the commandments as being good. And he said, and what does the Yahweh require of thee? But to what? Do justly. So God wants you to do justly, but for you to do justly, you must be made just by God. And to love mercy, and to walk humbly with thy God. You see? And that's the next thing we have to learn, to be humble. That when the counsels of God come, we don't fight against it. A person may tell yourself, I want to hear you. I don't want to hear you. And they fight counsels. But when you fight counsels, you fight against God. Not just mere man you're fighting the counsels of God. Melissa, Leandro, Marvin, and their brother that I knew years ago. You know, these principles in scripture for all of us. And just the same way that I deny myself to bring the word of truth to your mother, is the same way. If I have to deny myself again for your the word of God, I will do it. Because I'll tell her like this. Since me and my son was so close, you know, she revealed many things to me about the children. And one thing she always wanted, she said, you know, I really hope if my children could hear what you're teaching me. That was a burden on her heart. That your children would have heard these things. Because these things is what life giving. Spiritually, it gives life. It's the word of God. So, I'm available anytime. Once you say the word of God, I'm available. So, you know, may God help you all, and may the mercy of God towards you all in understanding these principles for life. And to all the guests here, I must say thanks for coming, and it is very important for everybody here, the word of God, for all of you all. So, thank you again, and I'll just close up with a word of prayer. Loving Father, I want to thank you again for the words of truth which you have placed in my heart, that I'll be able to share with everyone here. The Word of God have principles in it to cause the mind to be at peace with God and to cause the mind to be able to deal with difficult problems, difficult situations that may arise. So may you bless everyone here and may they contemplate about the things that were said, all for your glory. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
All right, what we'll do.
Creative work, but creative in the mind. And God in value, stop it, in the ideas of the mind. God is making us see something there. And so after we made it, we say we become servants of righteousness. So to become a servant of righteousness, God must first make us see something. And we learn something we call, is what they call something idol value. What does that mean? It means what you have to value something, and that means that when you put that value to that, it will come as one thing, but in reality it's just a creation. So there is one person, but one person will not say that he made something, and when you are made something, die. Part of what? First resurrection. And that is important for all of us to understand.